Hi everyone. So my name is Cassandra. I was lucky enough to be Wynter's mentor this cycle for magic. I've actually been a mentor for 2 years now, and before that, I was a mentee just in Wynter's shoes as well. So it's very exciting to have this opportunity to mentor. Wynter just when I remember our first meeting, she was already had all her ideas. She was super creative, and she knew exactly the direction we were going in, so I knew it was going to be a very fun time. And so just working with her, I knew her heart was in caring for people and caring, and she has a very empathetic heart. So her project kind of shows and showcases this. So her idea was to basically create an opportunity for patients that go to the doctor to kind of help them create a more objective way of expressing their pain. And because most of the time doctors don't know how they're feeling throughout the week. And so she found, we were kind of brainstorming different ideas. She found so many different ways to kind of make it objective so that doctors can see over the weeks how the patients are feeling. So she made an app for that. She also did a study where she got 30 people well, I won't spoil the whole thing, but anyway, it just kind of shows her incredible hard work and dedication to everything she does. And just hearing her eagerness every single time she would come to the meetings and present, it was really exciting. And it was really exciting every meeting just to see the updates. And I would be, yeah, I would just be very excited to see all the things that she was accomplishing. So, yeah, thank you. Take it away, Winter.
Um, hey guys. Oh, next slide. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so my mentor is Casandra. She's a biochemistry major with a public health minor at Whittier College. She's a pre-med student applying to medical school this cycle. She's from Whittier, California, and she likes to travel and weightlifting are her hobbies. Next slide. So, my project is called Connect Care, and basically it consists of a Bluetooth sticker and a Bluetooth app. And the things I used to make it was MIT App Inventor, and my main goals for this project was to create a bond that's like open for communication for patients and doctors, because I feel like it's very important for patients and doctors to have like a good or even a strong bond, because you're putting your life in someone else's hands. I also wanted to help like patients understand like medical terminology and be able to understand like what the doctor is saying to them, instead of the doctor just saying all these big words and then they're just like okay, and then they just listen to what they say without really understanding what the doctor is really saying. And also just in the future, I hope maybe my Bluetooth sticker slash app could be probably used in like hospitals or like little clinics. Um, but yeah, so those are my main three goals for this project. Next slide, please. So, my magic experience was amazing. It was the best. I learned how to code, which, if you were to ask me probably a couple years ago, I would be like, "Oh, I don't want to code." Like it was so boring. But until Cassandra introduced this to me, I gave it a try. I'm like, I'm gonna just give it a try. So I gave it a try, and I like coding now, and it's very, in a way, stress relieving for me. So it was a little bit hard, but I got through it, and I love it. Next slide, please. Okay, so here is some of the pages on my app. First, we have the translator app, which is like if you speak a different language and like you want to talk to your doctor, but it's like a barrier. You could just put what you want to say, and then it'll translate out, so the doctor could see like what you're saying. Um, and then we have a pain tracker app, which is the main part of this app, which is where patients could track their pain um, every day. So then the doctor could see like their pain levels through the week instead of just making an appointment in like 6 months. Like, oh, I've been having pain for this much long. Instead of the doctor saying, oh, how long have you had this pain? That question will be eliminated because that's the whole point of this app. So the doctors could see like where this person been having pain, or if they have pain, more pain Friday than Monday. And so that's what this app is for. And also you could also for the sticker you could put it wherever you want. It doesn't have to be in a specific place. um Also, um potentially waterproof. Also, another thing that I put, but I'm making trying to make in the future is a dictionary. Like I said in my earlier slide, for I want patients to be able to understand what their doctor is saying, and instead of like after a visit or before a visit, when the doctor is using all these big words and big medicine words, they could just look in the dictionary and be like, oh, this medical term, oh, that's what my doctor was saying. And so that was one of that. Next slide, please. So during my process, I did some data collection. I made a Google form and I asked a couple of questions, such as like, do you feel you understand what your doctor is telling you during your appointment? Um, if you have a different native language than your healthcare provider, do you feel free that it affects your ability to understand and tell us an experience you or a loved one had regarding a medical misinterpretation? So basically, I use this Google form to basically create my app. This was the foundation of my app, and I was able to get 30 responses, which I was not expecting that because I didn't think I was gonna get, but I made it through, and so I got 30 responses, all different age gaps, which that was the main goal, so I could have a variety of data, and so that's what that is. Next slide. So basically, here's just a breakdown of the demographics of of my Google form. I had 30 people that responded. More were females than males. And one thing I would like to change about this is to open it to more, like probably get more, first, more respondents, and second, to get more people, like more males and females. So it's like more diverse in that way instead of all of it being primarily from one gender or one age group. Um, that's what I would like to change. Next slide. Here's a chart from my Google form, and the results were when patients speak the same language as their provider, their medical understanding increases. And so this shows that um, I mean it's easier for someone to understand when they're themselves and their healthcare provider speak the same language. Next slide. Um, for my next chart, I was comparing age and understanding medical terms. And so the results were as age increases, the level of understanding increases, which this one is where I wasn't really expecting this outcome because I would have expected maybe the older generation would need a little bit more help, but it disproved my hypothesis, and it turns out that um, younger people actually need more help understanding and medical terms. And so, next thing I'll probably do is probably target the younger generation. Next slide. Another thing I compared was age and pain communication score. And so the results were that the older generations are less comfortable with subjective pain. And so this is where my sticker would come in. And so basically, this would help with by getting objective pain information, which is what I've said before, how the doctor could see someone's pain over the course of the week, who had more, when they had more pain, and um, like kind of how and where. Next slide, please. And I also I did that data collection, and I did another data collection for objective pain, and so I had got a pulse oximeter, and I collected data for about like 2 weeks, which was where like every time I had pain, I will put my pulse oximeter on and to see um like what would happen in my pulse or my oxygen levels, and so I tracked that and to see if to see if my pain like changes. Next slide. And so here is my graphs from my data. And so it turns out that even when I had more pain, my pulse level didn't change as much. Then on the other hand, when I have pain, my oxygen level changed a little bit. And so one thing I would do is to try it on more people, because for this data collection, it was just me. I just tried it on myself. And so to improve, I would improve this by having more people, more data, more um, different, diverse data from everyone. Next slide, please. Oh, well, thank you. That's my presentation. Yay. Any questions?
I have a question. Oh, sorry, Vanita, I think you can.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Davina.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you to Cassandra for all the encouragement she had for Winter. I think that from the app tracker to the translator app, I think that a lot of that is going to change the world. I think that is so much encouragement there in a way where it's taking it to the next level for healthcare. I think that it's so good for the elderly community because it's really hard for them to remember a lot of things. And since AI is here already, taking that app and letting it just get to the data to where it needs to go, I think, Winter, you're off to a good start. And thank you so much, Cassandra, for your encouragement. Good job, Winter.
Thank you.
Couldn't
And
have said it better. Yes. Wonderful job, Winter, on all your hard work and the ideas flowing from your brain. It's going to, all of our mentees are going to change the world for the better. I say it all the time. So, uh,
can I also,
Davina, you had a question? Oh, go ahead.
I forgot to add just a
Yeah.
few things, but also my app it should be both Android and iPhone, and also
Oh,
the app is really for any age group. It's not just for the older generation or the younger generation. It could be anything, and also even accessible. I'm also planning to probably add another page for ASL and to make the app um, accessible, like also for people who are colorblind, so that it's
mhm.
not. So it's really, I'm really trying to make it accessible for everyone, so that no one is excluded or they can't, weren't able to use it. And then also, one thing also from my magic experience that I loved was that although we did do this project, but my mentor, she found videos that related to my interest, which was in healthcare, and I actually found out more things you could do in healthcare. And I know there's so much, but I like we were just talking about a new type of healthcare industry like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm very interested, and I'm looking forward into going into that direction. Yeah, that's everything now.
Right. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing about your experience. Davina, you had a question?
Yes, I have two regarding the data results. Do you think that having that language barrier, so it appears, so when they speak the same language, um, they have a better understanding. Do you know, or do you feel that it's because the patient, when in this case, when they speak the same language, the patient feels more confident in asking the questions, whereas on the other hand, when they don't speak the same language, feel they may not have the confidence to ask that question because maybe they may not fear that they're gonna say the wrong thing, but maybe they don't know how to explain it or they may ask the wrong thing.
Yeah, I feel like that they definitely do go together. Like someone who speaks the same language as the healthcare provider, like they like probably most likely more comfortable, and they're probably able to like explain things better because they have the same language and what ever type of way that they say things.
Mhm. It'd be nice if the app would be like translate in real time. That way, it would be better that
Um,
the patient doesn't have like the capacity to type everything up. Um, or during that meeting with them or that uh
limit.
yeah, it translates for them. They can say like speak it into the app and then it translates it for the
Oh,
doctor. That would be a great idea, and especially when it comes to patients with accessibilities, like either they can't type or or I think that would be a great idea,
I like
especially
that.
talking about accessibility.
Yeah.
Um, in my second question, is more like, do you know why on your other results regarding the actual the age group that understands the terminologies a lot more, do you know why that is? Like, why is it that that age group, what is it, 60 and up has a better understanding? Did you ask those questions? Like, why or
No, I didn't really ask like too like into depth questions in that direction, but I feel like maybe because um, let's see, they
I have a
probably.
hypothesis.
Hmm.
But go ahead.
I think maybe because well, they have more experience than younger people, and so that's probably why. I mean, but there still is like some older generations that probably don't know, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure like they probably have more experience and like they just learn from their experience from um, before, and then they do it better. Or they might have family members that are in the field or not in the field, or just know a lot of information and that could educate them so they're more better understanding.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think as when I saw that slide and you said that it was 60 and over, I was shocked too. I was like, wow, I would think that it'd be at least
That's
like
it.
more than like the 40 age group would have a more understanding, but it makes sense with 60 plus because more than likely they're going to the doctor a lot more than a younger person. So
Yeah.
they're exposed to it because they're going. So that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that was true. I was like, that's my assumption. I wonder if it's true. Did you get data on it?
Yes and no in a way.
Great job.
And
Wonderful. Well, yeah. Thank you so much, Davina. Uh, are there any other questions for Winter about her project or any of the data she collected or comments?
I have a question for Winter. This is Smriti. First off, wonderful job. I wanted to start with a comment and maybe say that I so appreciate your thoughtfulness and approach to so many facets of this problem, like the idea to even do the pain tracking and the translation, to actually reaching out to your community and conducting research, to thinking about how that can be diverse and then also accessible. So amazing. And I hope you continue down that path. And we need a lot of that energy, I think, when we're creating these new products and especially in healthcare. So wonderful job. I was wondering, how did you navigate actually like switching between an app and then interacting with humans to learn about this, like conducting research and then diving back into coding. What was that like? How did you form the plan for that?
Well, actually, I had just realized that I forgot to mention. But so basically, it all started from actually a Stanford summer program that I was in last summer. And so basically, we did a capstone project where we're in the group, and then we had e-patients, and where they would like tell us like their problem, and we'll basically have to create something that will help them. And so the patient that I had, she was diagnosed with Parkinson's and GI issues. And one of the problems that she was having was that her doctor wasn't really understanding her or was saying that she was lying. And and also on top of that, she had a whole bunch of tubes and machines and all of this stuff. And so I just put that together and I was like, why not create something that's easy? No wires, no need to charge, no need to solar, nothing, just nothing. You just stick it on and then connect it to your phone, and then it could just basically do the work for you, and it could be more easily accessible. And also, like I said earlier, the doctor could see your pain trend instead of, like I said, going to the doctor and be like, "Oh, I've been having pain." They're like, "Oh, well, how long have you had the pain?" When they could just see it on their computer, and then they could go from there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's wonderful to hear more about that inspiration.
Thank you.
I had one quick question too. I'm Jasmine again. I love the fact that you were thinking about making it waterproof. Such a creative idea.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how you got your survey out to people, and what was your the group that you got it out to?
I really send it to I send it to my school, and then my school send it to other people. Like I send it to some of my teachers send it to their families, and some of them even posted it on their Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's where I got most of my data. What else? Oh yeah, I even sent it to my own family too. So, and had my family members send it to their job. So yeah.
How wonderful that so many people came together to give you their feedback so that you had data that you could use.
Yes.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And that
No,
is,
go for it.
I'm very impressed with the breadth of work you've done. So the survey, coding, also experimenting with hardware to figure out, how does pain correlate with oximeter, and also realizing that's the robustness of scientific method, that you realize that you have a sample of one and you really need to get more to correlate the oximeter with pain levels. So congratulations, really good work.
Thank you.